Break. We're talking about 8 Days, a film that's shedding light on human trafficking. It premieres here in South Africa this Friday, and I'm joined in studio by Jaco Booyens, who directed this film. Good morning, Jaco, and then Thuthula Ndunge from Business for Empowerment. Good morning to you both. It's a very emotive issue. Jaco, it's quite a personal story, this. Just tell me why this particular story for you.
Yeah, couple reasons, Evan. First, my sister was trafficked, my blood sister, here in South Africa. And then we moved to the United States, and you think you escape something like that when you go to the US, and it's even a bigger problem in the US. And I married a writer who was asked to write about this topic. So for us, it was pivotal that we make a film, not a documentary, that could show what this really looks like and what's really going on.
Now, the film's premiered in America.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's been the response like? And you've got the premiere here on Friday night.
The response in the United States has been incredible. We work closely with the FBI and Homeland Security. And so the response is amazing on college campuses and schools, and also in the theater by the public. You know, understanding what the crime is and saying, how do we help? What can we do to safeguard our kids?
Thuthula, you're from Business for Empowerment.
Trust.
How you guys decide to get involved in this?
The Business for Empowerment Trust is a non-profit organization under Section 30 of the income tax, and we support women and children, and we're saying business to take a stand. So in endorsing and supporting anti-sex trafficking, it's part of our mandate, and we rally corporate South Africa to stand behind that and say business must take a stand.
Emotive, difficult issues like trafficking. We see at least 30,000 children being trafficked per year, young men included, trafficked every year in South Africa. How do you view that?
Well, really, it's sad and appalling, but we need to rally up the support in South Africa and say business must take a stand. Let's push this initiative, and it must stop. Let's support women and children as well as young men, because it's part of the crisis at this stage.
No, Jaco, it's made out to be a problem that it's not our problem. It's a very far removed problem. It happens in poor communities and so forth. This is not the case. It could happen to anyone here in South Africa if we look at the numbers, yeah? Yeah,
Evan, today this crime has changed. It's an epidemic. You know, the perpetrators, the profilers are not going to the conventional areas anymore. They're going into public and private schools. This is something you're not immune to. No matter of your religion or social status or class, they are targeting any kid that looks for attention, and then they're master profilers. So every kid is in danger. And I'm not here to scare people, but I want to accurately educate our community and our moms and our dads out there saying, listen, this is 2015. There's a different trigger out there, you know, and that could harm our kids, and we need to be aware.
What would you like to see from this partnership going forward?
From this partnership, I would like to see another fund being introduced in terms of anti-sex trafficking, as much as any other CSI and SED contributions that are out there, getting businesses to say we are supporting this and standing behind it. And I'd also like to challenge South Africa out there to nominate their CEO to attend the premiere on the 13th in Cedar Square, and they need to SMS their name, the name of the CEO, to 40512. It's important. Let's support
40512. Your CEO's got to be there. A big business needs to get behind this. It's the only way we're going to stop us. Tell us about the premiere quickly, Jaco.
Premiere is going to be a great event. It's Hollywood red carpet, and so we're bringing Hollywood to South Africa. We flew in the actors from the United States and some artists from TV shows like The Voice, and they'll be present, mixing with South African who's who, and we never know. We might even see an Ibn Janssen there.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get an invite. I'll definitely be there, Jaco, because I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we live in a country where 30,000 children are trafficked and prostituted every year in South Africa. It can happen to anyone, and it's happening as we speak right now. I thank you guys for joining us. 8 Days is the film that's premiering on Friday night. We call on all South Africans to have a look, because it can happen to any of our families. You, me, any of those sitting here. Thank you for joining us today, guys.
Thank you.
Now, just a quick cricket update before we go. We're having a look at comments. I can tell you that India's won that game by 8 wickets. Comments, tweets. The most difficult lie I have ever contended with in this life is a story about me, Donald Miller. We're talking about human trafficking, of course. Smuggling a person across a border violates a nation's immigration policy. It's a crime against a person. Big difference, says John Vank. And then Joy Smith talks about prostitution is inherently violence against women. Today we stand against human trafficking, sex slavery. Women's Day, International Women's Day, of course, was this Sunday past at the UN General Assembly. That discussion was had over the last couple of days. That's where we wrap.